Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching today. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for having. I wish a good first day of fasting. To those who are fasting, I will play a video that is 1 minute and 10 seconds long. Let's listen to it together. And I will give you my opinion on what is said in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Does age matter at all?
There are certain individuals who assert or claim that they are indeed followers of the Quran, and that the Quran is stronger than the Sunnah. So, we are Quranists. What do you think, Sheikh?
First of all, that is not true. That is why, in reality, they are Quranists. They are not Quranists. If the Quranists had been honest, they would surely have accepted the Sunnah of the Prophet. The Quran invokes obedience to Muhammad and his teachings in many verses. Allah, the Almighty and All-Knowing, has graciously taught us through His divine wisdom that the revered Prophet, a messenger of peace and guidance, comes to us with a sacred revelation from Him, the Creator of the universe, to enlighten our hearts and minds with truth and understanding.
He says that the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad is nothing other than revelation. Well then, why are you talking to us about the Sunnah of your Prophet? Since he only follows the revelation, he would come to explain the revelation. Whereas God says in his book, exalted be he, it is our duty to explain the book. He invites us to meditate on the book. So if we meditate on the book, to follow the Sunnah of your Prophet so that he explains the book to us, there is no need to meditate on the Quran, since you have books that explain the Sunnah, which explain the book to him. And we even have the Imams who explain the Sunnah of the Prophet. There is a hierarchy. It makes no sense. God asks us to probe the unprobed, to meditate on the unmeditated, to open the book and meditate on the unprobed. What does God probe? He indeed probes the hearts and the innermost parts. Well, he is not going to ask us to probe the innermost parts in the hearts, but at least our own. Okay? It is not the eyes that are afflicted with dryness, but the hearts. Okay, so you try to understand the book with your heart. So if Tasuda explains everything, we will read Bukhari the Musnid. It's not worth wasting our time with the holy book, right? It just seems logical to me. It's common sense.
And it is not a burst of air, but a burst of brilliance.
It is a revelation from the Lord of the universe, and if he had forged some words that he attributed to us, we would have seized him by the right hand. Then we would have...
By the right hand, remember that. Okay, by the right hand.
No one could have gotten there at all, really.
No one could oppose him, and no one could serve as a shield for him. Okay, that's what he says. The small reflections before returning to the verse he quoted. The Quranists, in the name of the Quran, reject the Torah, the Gospel, and the Psalms in the name of the Quran. Okay, the Sunnis reject the Torah, the Gospel, and the Psalms in the name of the Hadiths of their Sunnahs. So both Sunnis and Quranists reject what the Quran calls for. Subhanallah, my Lord. Okay? The Quran calls, okay, to the Torah, to the Gospel, to the camp, obviously, and to the Psalms. Do you see it? La ilaha illallah, wahdahu la sharika lah. Glory be to you, my Lord. So we will start from verse 41, 40. Otherwise, we only have half. Indeed, it is most assuredly the discourse of a noble messenger, and not the discourse of a poet. Verse 41. Okay. And not the discourse of a poet. 41. We reverse the numbers. It makes 14, which brings us back to our beloved, the patriarch, Ibrahim, to the church of Salam, Abraham. Peace be upon him and his family, who was never part of the associators. How much can the entrusted deposit put you into action? neither the discourse of an oracle. How little you remember. It is a descent coming from the Lord, beings of the universe. Now, if he had certainly invented certain statements about us, if he had indeed lied, we would have seized him. We would have seized him by the right, and not by his right hand, okay? And there, by the right, we would have seized him by the right. It's not from the right hand. He may have confused it with the verse where it says, if you haven't written any book with your right hand, who are the people of the right and who are the people of the left? We would have definitely grasped it by the right moment, at the right time. Who exactly are the people of the right and who precisely are the people of the left? Specifically, who are they? Now, if he had certainly invented certain points, we would have comprehended it from him by the right. Then we would have cut off his throat. So none of you would have been able to oppose it as a result in any way, or even attempt to. Who could oppose God if God wanted to cut off his throat? To cut, that is to take a knife and cut off his throat. Does this make sense at all? Do you think the Almighty God would have told us who will stop me from cutting off his throat? Because that's how. This is the explanation given to us by the mosques, and that the mosques give after making their own prophets a slaughterer. They make God an exalted slaughterer. May he be far above their description. Here too, no sense. All right. Tuma lakatana minhu alwatina wakatana is a phrase that signifies a decisive action, meaning we would have cut the link between him and us, severing any connection or relationship that existed. This action is significant as it represents a complete and irreversible separation. All right. We would have cut the link, meaning we would have completely and utterly prevented him from being able to speak falsehoods and lies about God. What is more unjust and unfair than one who utters and spreads lies and falsehoods about Allah, the God of all creation? So God indeed seized the messenger Ahmed from them. There is no Prophet Muhammad, so that you understand me, of course. I cannot say that there is no Prophet Muhammad. Muhammad, yes, he is our beloved Jesus, the son of our beloved Mary. Peace be upon them and their family. Muhammad is certainly an adjective. The bearer of praise is undoubtedly Jesus. So if Ahmed, announced in verse 6 of Surah 61 by our beloved Jesus, saying, a messenger will come after me whose name will be presented, it is Ahmed, Asmu Ahmed. If he had lied, God says, I would have seized him. We would have carefully, firmly, and securely seized him by the right hand. The right is the spiritual. The people of the right are the well-guided people. The people of the left are those who have gone astray. So God says, by. In the event that the truth, by the word, we would have seized it and no one would have been able to oppose it, it is important to note that this would have been an undeniable fact, and absolutely no one could have stood against it. No one could truly defend the messenger Ahmed before. Absolutely anyone in any conceivable way. Why is that the case? It's because only those who are dishonest or deceitful would go to the lengths of defending someone who is a false prophet. Isn't that correct? This is a common understanding, right? They would not have been able to oppose it. They would have returned empty-handed and humiliated. When you observe the translation that he provides, you can clearly see that it is of poor quality and does not meet the expected standards. As for the Coranists and the Sunnis, I told you what I think of them. Both are in error. They make a distinction between the books, between the prophets. They do not recognize Ahmed. Here are the people. I wanted to share this video with you of someone. I don't know who he is. Certainly a building, a heretic, a scholar, I don't know. An ignoramus. In any case, that is for sure. It is only an ignoramus who sells you a sunnah and tells you that their prophet only follows the revelation. Well, why are you bothering us with your prophet? All right. With the sunnah of your prophet, to be more precise. You annoy us with your hadiths, in fact, because the sunnah is the hadiths. And if the hadiths fall, what will happen, people? That's what hits them in the face. It happens. I'm telling you. The truth is that it happens. That's why they are nervous. They are very nervous. Once the hadiths no longer exist, Cornists, for example, do not believe in hadiths. Well, we no longer know. That's for sure. They no longer know which path to take for some. There are those who say, I do not follow the hadiths. Among the Coranists, well, if you do not follow the hadiths, how do you continue to talk about the Prophet Muhammad? Since the Prophet Muhammad exists only through the hadiths. So if there are no more hadiths, there is no more Muhammad. So that's what will happen to them. In fact, when Saudi Arabia tells you softly, of course they are buying time. Satan asked for one thing. Goodbye. All right. Time. So when they say that soon they will put an end to all this mess regarding the hadiths, well, they will announce to you, you will understand it yourself, that there is no Muhammad. If there is no sunnah, there is no Muhammad. Muhammad's opinion is the sunnah. It is the hadiths. When I told you 10 years ago, there will be an implosion from within, maybe less than 10 years. There will be an implosion from within. They are preparing this. It's like your hadiths that they wrote to explain the end of times. It is written in the sunnah of the Prophet, but not in the book. You have strayed from the book, and now your problem has drifted away. You threw it behind your back a long time ago, unfortunately. And this is what I am calling you to. Torah, Gospel, Quran, and Psalms. Return quickly to God before it is too late. People, I tell you this in this blessed month. So, you see, once again, the translation of the verse is not good. This Shia is talking nonsense. Neither the Coranists nor the Sunnis are on the path. The right path? They are actually two sides of the same coin. There you go. My people believers, I have taken from justice. May God bless you. May he protect you. The others and all their misdeeds be cursed for eternity. Enjoy your meal. Happy breaking of the fast on this first day of fasting. Well, I still don't have my chorba. Well, we'll manage without chorba for now. We'll see. I was advised. May God bless. I believe it's Isabel, right? Sorry. It seems to me that's it. Or Elizabeth, something like that. No, not Elizabeth Lely. There are a few. She sent me. Good. Well, we won't go back. We won't mix everything up. Anyway, may God bless you for the advice you gave me for my room. I will try to go to the section you advised me to try to find my... It will be a compensation, I think. All right, people, take care of yourselves. May God bless you and see you soon. Hey, stop listening to these ignoramuses and return to God and to his messenger, our beloved, the anointed Jesus, the Son of Mary. He is there, the way, the right way. Peace.